Now, from overcoming homelessness to sharing the screen with Taraji P. Henson, Schelle Purcell is redefining what it means to break into Hollywood. The actress, writer, and director is turning heads with her role as Gloria in Tyler Perry's Netflix hit Straw, a performance that's resonated with over 25 million viewers. And she joins us now this morning to talk about her journey and what's next for the rising star. Good morning to you. Thank you. We appreciate your time this morning. Now, one thing I do want to say is I know that people are so into this, into your character, that they actually, you know, when they see you, they get mad at you for what your character did to Taraji P. Henson. How does that make you feel? Because that means you're selling it, right?
I did. I sold that thing, and I didn't expect, that kind of reaction. You were working, you're doing the job, and it seems like in less than 24 hours, I became the most hated woman on television. And I'm like, I was just working.
But again, that's a good thing because they bought into your character. So your character, you were able to connect that character and bring it to life in such a real way. Was there some studying you had to do? What did you have to do to get your character into that place?
Well, I've been on the other side of landlord Gloria, and so I just channeled how that lady treated me in the leasing office when I needed a little grace, and she was not having it. There were no second chances. There were no come back on your break. It was your stuff is outside, and you can come and get it, or the neighbors will, have their way with it. And so it wasn't a tough role to play, but the feedback and the things that people were saying, like people were threatening me, like
Yeah.
on social media, was like, when I see that landlord, ooh, I got something for her, and she didn't have to put that lady's stuff out. And I'm just like, I was just working, y'all.
Yeah,
That's
you're just
all.
trying to get that money. I understood. So real quick before we get further into that, so this came from a personal place for you. So it's kind of good that you were able to go there as an actress, but the journey to get there was not so pleasant. Speak a little bit about that.
Well, I relocated to North Carolina after Hurricane Katrina, and that kind of started my journey into entertainment because, the storm came in on the Gulf Coast. And so when I relocated, I was homesick. So that's how I kind of got into the industry by starting as a writer. And it just kept going and kept going. And I wrote some plays and I wrote some movies. And so then I started to really get into my acting, both on stage as well as on camera. And I was on set actually when I was evicted, playing a whole
Wow.
different role. So I felt helpless. I felt ashamed. There were so many emotions, but then I had to still get out there and finish, the work in Texas, which is where I was at the time. And it's hard, especially in Atlanta, because everybody is a star in Atlanta. So everyone is coming there. We're oversaturated, and you're just not competing with the Southeast when you're competing for some of these roles. You're competing with everyone. And I'm just always grateful. And I tell this to everybody, I'm grateful that the role of Gloria was saved for me because I've played quite a bit of roles on my journey. But this one was so impactful. This one kind of just has stuck. And I say to anybody, your time is coming. It's going to be that one role that you don't even think. And it could be a big role, it could be a small role, but it's going to stick to you and be a new foundation for where your career is going. And that's where I am.
And that's some great words of wisdom right there. Real quick, in the last 20 seconds we have, tell me what it's like working with Tyler Perry and Taraji P. Henson, doing your thing there with this very popular show.
It was amazing. Everybody was like so cool. And when Taraji was getting rained on, she was just, why the landlord don't have to get wet? I said, that's not how he wrote it. No. So it was amazing. A big family out there on the campus at Mr. Perry Studios.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. And I believe you are from Biloxi, Mississippi. You were from down southern part of Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. Is that correct?
Gulfport, Mississippi.
Gulfport, Mississippi, which is
Yes,
in the
I'm
same area. Yes.
so grateful.
Yes, some great people come from Mississippi, I heard.
Yes, we do.
Yes, Carthage, Mississippi, right here. And Kosciuszko,
Really?
Carthage and Kosciuszko, and Jackson State University. That's my Jackson State for the month. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time and continued success in your career.
Thank you so very much.
We appreciate you.